Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria, back to you with another review for Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 8, called Divorce, Prayers, and Spider Scares. This episode wasn't much of nothing, but we're gonna start off where they started off. So we are at day 8 of marriage, and Lauren and Orion, they finally rejoined the group. They've been waiting for them this whole time. So who's to know how long they've really been standing there waiting, because what may seem like 5 minutes to us really be like 45 an hour to filming and whatnot. So they join them, they have a little discussion, but everybody can tell and feel the tension between Orion and Lauren. But it's time to go because they already been delayed and they're gonna miss their flight. So they get in the cab or whatever, go on the airplane, get back to the US of the A, back to Denver, Colorado. That's when they finally go see the apartments. Of course, it's nice. For the most part, the apartments thus far have always been nice for like ever since they started the shared apartment type of thing. So, it's very nice apartments. We don't care about that. Okay, we care about what's going on between these couples. So we're gonna start off with Emily and Brennan. So they're sitting down talking in their new apartment, and he's explaining to Emily, he's gonna be busy at work. He got a lot of things going on, so he ain't gonna be really coming up to the house because he's still got to tidy up, last few minute things, tie up some strings back out at the house. So he gonna be chilling over there for a little bit. And then he lets us know in the confessional that after spending 24 hours, 7 days a week with Emily, because this is day 8 of marriage, he's been with her every step of the way. She probably knows how often he farts in a day. She knows when he takes a SHIT in a day. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing he do in the morning, maybe the last thing he do at night. So it's like, he's drained. He needs time to himself because this is a whole new whirlwind, even though I didn't realize you didn't realize how it was going to be when y'all got together. But, look, okay. Brandon, you be tripping, silently, very passive aggressive, esque. But I could understand because getting into a marriage, when you're dating someone and when you're marrying someone, it's two completely different things, especially if you're going to be moving in with a person for the first time after you get married. It's a whole completely different thing. So I can get where it's like, okay, whoa, this is new, especially this is somebody I barely even know. It's going to take some time getting used to, and spending 24 hours, 7 days a week with them. Yes, it could become overwhelming. However, you chose this. Okay, you married now. Okay, you chose to be married, as Pastor Cal said, legally binding contracts. So I'm not going, no. You married now. So is she coming to your house while you go tidy things up or what? Because at this point, I can understand how you would feel overwhelmed and just like you need time to yourself. But at the same time, you chose to be here. You signed a contract for the show. You signed a contract for the marriage. Look, you're going to have to get over it. Okay. And, work on this process because now that you're going back to your house, now you're taking time away from, trying to make this work. Because remember, in your words, there is no such thing as divorce, but it looks like you're doing the first step to divorce and taking a step back and removing yourself from the situation, talking like Dr. P and whatnot, because that's what she told Orion at the end of this episode, whatever. So I'm just like, so you're not going to come to the apartment? It's not because you had things to tidy up. Let's keep it a buck, okay? Let's keep it 100. You ain't trying to be with Emily longer than you have to because she's not your cup of tea, and it's okay. But at the same time, let's keep it real. Like I said, if people were honest from the jump about this whole situation, we wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be lasting 31,000 episodes a season. All the couples would be done before the 8 weeks, really. For those that decide to stay past, they're the exceptions, but it's very far few in between. So then we move on to Claire and Cameron. They go back and forth in their bedroom about what side of the bed they're going to be sleeping on. I guess Cameron said he's going to sleep on the side that's closest to the bathroom because he goes to the bathroom frequently at night. Whereas Claire said, she wants to sleep closer to the bathroom because she wakes up early in the morning for work. So it's just easier for her to go to the bathroom. And this little disagreement or conversation about what side the person gets. Cameron should get the side, okay? He goes to the bathroom like probably 21 times in a night, so it's just easier for him to go to the bathroom. Claire, you get up once a night, and that's to get up to get ready for work. Yes, it's a little bit further, but I mean, in all actuality, who cares? Okay, because whatever side you want, it's only the person who's further. It's only gonna be a few extra further steps. Like it's not that serious that y'all really discussing. Like as if y'all really having to debate who's more deserving of this. Stop it. All I know, for me, my household, me and my significant other, or whatever the case may be. Um, Homeboy, you're gonna have to be close to the door. Okay, look, I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to go back in the day, chivalry. Homeboy, you're gonna be close to the door. Okay, like the best setup like this, I'm gonna be here, closer to this window that's right in front of me. Homeboy gonna be on that side. You see the bed? Gonna be on that side of the bed, by the door. And I know, cause for me it's like no ifs, ands, or buts. You gonna be by the door, homeboy. Like you gonna protect me. I know some people gonna be like, equality, all that stuff. Y'all could do that. I'm just saying for me in my situation, homeboy gonna be by the door. So in the way it looked like how that room was set up, homeboy gonna be close to the bathroom because the bathroom looked like it's close by the door. But anyway, whatever. After that, they sit on the couch and they talk about how their day to day lifestyle and dynamic is gonna be in the apartment and living together, whatnot. Okay, whatever. So then we move on to Orion and Lauren. So he's letting Lauren know that he wants to do a reset, and Lauren doesn't really seem sure about that, but once they get in the apartment and sit down and talk, they agree that they're going to take some time apart. They're not going to be in a shared apartment together. And they're going to think through some things, whether they want to continue this marriage or not. Look, we've seen you guys so much last week. I'm just like, oh, we going to the next scene? Oh, thank God. So we then move on to Beck and Austin. They sit down and talk about how they're going to decorate and fill their apartment and the chores they're going to do. Okay, cute, cool, whatever. We're moving on to day 9. Okay, like I said, this episode was a bunch of nothing. So we just breezing on through. Okay, day 9 of marriage. Emily visits Brennan's places, where now we have the couples visiting each other's places, except for Lauren and Orion. Okay, whatever. So Emily's visiting Brennan's place. Now, mind you, he went home the night before, to get some time to himself and whatnot. And just the whole vibe of him is just like, he don't even want her to be there. Like, she's trying to make comments and little jokey jokes. You know how she is. She has a very bubbly personality. And he just looks like the way he's acting and responding like, yeah, okay. It's just kind of like, how long you gonna be here, so you can get the hell up out of my house so I could do what I was doing before you came to my house in the first place. Like, he's giving, like, he don't got time for her. He could care less about her. And I'm just like, I mean, we kind of seen it coming on, but I'm just like, so you the one who said from the get-go ain't no such thing as divorce. But it seems like you very leaning towards divorce. Unless, like, you don't mind being in a relationship with her and you just gonna treat her like this the rest of y'all lives. That don't make no sense. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the issue here, even though we're gonna find out in a little bit. But I'm just kind of like, Brennan, you're being a douche. You're being a douche. She's actually trying, and she's still trying. Listen, after the first few couple of and I'm seeing you not really caring about what's going on, I would be like, do you want me to leave or something? Because you seem like you're in the mood, and I'm not really trying to deal with that energy right now because your energy is bringing down my energy. So I'm just gonna see myself out, But she don't say none of that because we can't keep it real on here. I too could understand because I don't like confrontation, I don't like conflict, all that stuff. But sometimes it's just gotta be like, bro, like, what we doing here? Plus, we on camera too. You're not about to embarrass me on camera, so I'm gonna be asking you, like, bro, do you want me here or not? Because I could leave. If you need time to yourself, like you've been talking about, I could leave. But they want me to come to your house, so I came to your house. What you want, bro? Anyway, she don't confront him though. So we then move on to Claire and Cameron. Claire's visiting Cameron's house, and I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't feeling Cameron's house either. Claire's, at the end of the day, she just like, she ain't gonna be staying at his place ever. He be having spiders all over the place, that he has like spider traps, I guess homemade spider traps or whatever the case is, around his house, and there be spiders in there. They zoomed in and showed us the clarity of some spiders dead in that little trap, and I'm just like, look, I understand. Because when we first moved into this apartment, we too suffered with spiders and whatnot. But I'm just get an exterminator, one of those pest control type peoples, because this ain't it, Holmes. I guess they both like rice cakes. I tried rice cakes, and it's not for me. But I guess he gave her some type of glaze or sauce that he puts on it that he loves. She wasn't feeling it. And I feel like me and Claire may have similar taste in food. I don't know because she does like rice cakes and I don't. So that's very probably far fetched of what I just said. But it don't even matter because she didn't look like she liked it. And I feel like I wouldn't like it. Like if I didn't know what he was trying to say that the glaze or whatever sauce that he drizzled on top was, I would think it's balsamic vinegar. Not balsamic vinegar, but balsamic glaze, the way that Claire was like giving the faces for. So, Cameron, that's all you, if that's what you like, go ahead, eat what you like, homie. But it ain't for us. And nothing else to take from that. After that, Cameron visits Claire's place, and it looks like the dog doesn't really take too fond of Cameron. But the dog don't know you, so I didn't feel like it had to really be a conversation. Sometimes dog takes to you right away. Sometimes it takes them a while. They don't know you. Some dogs are just like, homie, you're just not about to be walking in here acting like we all cool, we all friends. I gotta warm up to you. I gotta see if you're gonna stick around. Maybe talk to me in 8 weeks, and if you're still around, then that's in dog language. That's probably not what happened here. But okay, it didn't really need to be a conversation. Other than that, they talk about religion. Everything seems to be flowing okay. But, like I said, they just give friend vibes. They both feel like they're both in the friend zone at this point. But we're going to see how that works moving forward. We then move on to day 10 of marriage. Becca and Austin, Becca's visiting Austin's place. And we see that he is the hat king. He has all these different type of hats. I'm just like, okay, you just love hats. Okay, whatever. My oldest brother, he too loves hats. It ain't nothing to me, I'm gonna leave him alone because he did wear a different colored hat today because I was really on like, homie, you wearing the same hat the whole honeymoon. Like you really wearing the same hat, but maybe he just couldn't pack all those hats in his suitcase, so that's why he had like the one or two hats at the honeymoon. But I see he has different hats. I'm like, okay, this is just, you just love wearing hats. All right, I forgot how old he is, but I'm like, you just want to be forever frat boy look. That's you. That's your preference. To me, I'm just kind of like, we wearing the hats with suits too, because I could have sworn, did he wear a hat with his suit? Or whenever they went out to dinner, I believe he did. But I'm just like, so we just have the forever fraternity look. Mm-hmm. Okay. Look, some girl out there like it. So, maybe Becca's one of them. And was there anything else to say in regards to them? Laundry. Uh, Becca was like, she does her laundry once a week. Austin says he does his laundry once a month. Now, I wouldn't be too, it's interesting. My follow-up question would be like, okay, so you just have that much clothes and bed sheets that you're changing your clothes, you're changing your bed sheets, you're changing your towels because you always have replacements, like plenty of replacements for them, and then once a month you just spend the whole day washing all the clothes that you done dirty for the month. Is that what it is, or are we reusing towels multiple times, for like 2-3 weeks or 4 weeks at this point? Same thing with bed sheets, and also you're reusing your clothes, your boxers, your undershirts, tank tops, your shirts, your jeans, your pants, definitely your hat. Like which one is it? Or is it a mixture of both? If you have so much different towels, clothes, and whatnot, and you wash your stuff once a month, you just doing yourself a disservice because now you're spending the whole day doing laundry instead of just bringing doing it every week, and you have a lighter load to wash. But if that's the case, do you? As long as you're not reusing the same thing multiple times, especially like boxers and undergarments and stuff. If you're not reusing it, then it is what it is. So then we get a snippet of Lauren. She letting us know, or video diary, something, whatever. She's letting us know that she's confused because Orion's letting her know that he wants to continue the process, but not necessarily being in a marriage with her. But she's just like, then what's the point of continuing the process if we're not continuing the process as a married couple? Exactly. Listen, Lauren, you need to just tell Orion, look, if that's the case, then we could just end things right here. Because you're not making a sense to me. And that's why I just really, really wish Lauren would have just said, yes, I want a divorce last week. Because to come back to the States and not have any resolution and then it ended the way it ended, we didn't even have to be here. We didn't. But here we are. So then we move on to Brennan and Emily. They meet up at the apartment, and Pastor Cal comes over to talk with both of them. Brennan is still closed off with his whole demeanor and whatnot. And he finally explains that he doesn't have a romantic connection with Emily. And he doesn't feel like he wants to touch her in that way and whatnot. And Pastor Cal's trying to dig and fish like, so like you never want to feel or touch her, or you never touched her. Excuse me. And he said he has, but he feels like maybe a little something when they're having good times, but for the most part, he don't really be feeling nothing. And it's like, what are you trying to say, sir? Do you have feelings or not? Do you have any connection with her or not? Having a little bit of connection and having no connection is not the same thing. You're not making no sense. None of these people make sense to me, actually. But it don't even matter. We're talking about these people. Brennan, what do you want? Do you want to get a divorce too? Because if you do, let's come on, let's go. Let's get a divorce. Just like homegirl with Michael, just like Orion finna be with Lauren. You could be the next one. Matter of fact, like I told y'all last week, y'all could throw the whole season away. I told y'all that. That's the first thing I said on this thing last week when I came to do the review. So y'all can do the same thing with this. Throw the whole season away. Becca and Austin, they probably gonna make it. Okay, they probably gonna make it. Claire and Cameron, they ain't gonna make it. They may make it, but in my head, they ain't gonna make it. Let's just throw this away. We already know what it is. Okay? But, we're gonna still continue with these folks, and Pastor Cal just lets him know he needs to kind of stop being in his head and, erase his overthinking and the past and whatnot. And they let us know they haven't been intimate yet. Oh, gee, we wouldn't have known. Because, we didn't know. We didn't know, by the way. Emily keeps talking about sex, but trying to say she's going to be slow for him and, take things slow and whatnot. And, even though she's been wanting to have sex since the wedding night, we didn't know you didn't have sex yet. Yeah. We did not know that at all. Like, we were so unaware. But okay. But I guess they're going to keep trying to move forward and try to make this work regardless. Because remember, Brendan, you said divorce is not an option. But it's looking like divorce is an option at this point. But you said. We're going to have to see. We move on to Dr. Pepper. She's sitting with Claire and Cameron. The main focus of this conversation between the three of them is just the physical touch, intimacy, and whatnot. And, Dr. Pepper encourages them, mainly Claire, to, make sure you incorporate that, hold hands, touch his hand, his arm and leg and whatnot, so y'all could build that connection, because she did advise that, she is moving at a turtle speed, whatever pace, to get there emotionally and physically with Cameron. So it's just like, okay, you're moving slow, but you only got 8 weeks to try to figure this thing out. So what are you going to do to try to quicken up the pace? Remember, you guys got married at first sight, so ain't no really slowing the pace when you already got married to someone you don't even know. I'm just saying, like, that's why I say every season, like, y'all don't make no sense. Like, I get trying to move slow, trying to get to know the person, but at the same time, y'all got married at first sight, so ain't really no slowness going on, because if it was slowness, you wouldn't even be on this show. But I digress. So then we move on to Emily and Brennan. Once Pastor Cal leaves, they do talk a little bit. Did I write down anything they talked about? No. But Emily does get emotional because, of course, you don't want to hear the fact that you feel attracted to someone and they don't really necessarily feel attracted to you, and you don't feel no type of connection, and to the point that they're kind of like, they don't want to necessarily say it like that, but they don't even want to touch you, bro. And I would be hurt too. I'm gonna be like, okay, then don't be with me then. But then again, I wouldn't be on the show. But yeah, it's tough. That's tough, to not only hear it from the person, but it's like on national TV too. Like, that's tough. So I do feel for Emily, and hopefully it works out for her, whether she's with him or not, which I feel like she shouldn't be with him, because homie gives concerning vibes a little bit. Low-key, high-key. We then move on to Pastor Cal. He sits with Becca and Austin, and their main thing was their little riffraff on their religion differences and so whatnot, so to speak. And Becca's thing was just like, she felt like with Christians, they always try to, change her mind or convert her or whatnot. But Austin's just like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I'm not about that. They pretty much have the same beliefs, because she's Jewish, he's Christian. But it's just like, you won't know until you try. And, religion is a big thing. I mean, me preferably, yeah, I'm Christian, so I would want to be with a Christian. I can understand if you're with someone who's not, it can be kind of iffy, but I mean, it's not too far of religions like being Jewish and Christian. It's not too far. That's something you can that's easily navigatable, if that makes sense, because I've watched plenty of shows, or I think there's one couple I know in real life where the guy is Jewish, the girl is Christian. They got like 2 kids. They making it work, okay? Everything's fine. But excuse me, that's just something you have to have conversations with. And from what Pastor Cal was letting them know is like, y'all can still make this work. Y'all still have the same beliefs essentially, and have the same mindset of how you want to go about things. And that's when we move on to love, because after that, it's just like, she's like, yeah, that's true. She was just nervous because of the past, but it's just like, you can't focus on the past, okay? The past is the past. We're trying to work on this future. So I'm glad she kind of realized, like, okay, let me calm down. And then they got into talking about love, and they're not in love yet, but they're getting there. Pastor Cal's just like, how do you know that you're not in love yet? Pastor Cal, look, bro. It's been 8 days. No, actually 10 days. It's been 10 days, homie. Some people could be in love, you know what I'm saying? That's nice. Realistically, Pastor Cal, please, just let them figure it out. Let them get to the point where they could, be like, okay, yeah, we're in love. Okay. Please, you want a couple to work out so bad. You be like, how you know it didn't happen yet? Pastor Cal, please, respectfully, just give them time. My gosh. So that was it to take from that. They had a great session. I think they had one of the best sessions out of all 4 couples, because we about to get into the worst one, because this one ended in divorce. So we get to Dr. Pia. She meets with Lauren and Orion, and I'm not even going to go through what they talked about. It don't even matter. They're getting divorced. Orion wants a divorce. He can't move past whatever situation he got going on in his brain. And Lauren just feels robbed. And I don't blame her. Dr. Pia's acting was any way this could be. No, Dr. Pia, I know you have to ask that question, but you already knew what it was. Lauren knew what it was. Orion knew what it was. This is Orion's fault, because he didn't want it to begin with. And for me, I'm just like, if that's the case, you should have been like homegirl to Michael and just been like, look, I can't do this. I can't do this, instead of making all these dumb excuses to be like, oh no, this is on her. I can't move past that. What is the community going to feel? Orion, just be 100. You ain't feeling her. You don't want her. It's maybe it was a 2-month sex ago thing that did it for you. It don't matter. You need to just be honest. Be like, look, I ain't feeling you like that. I don't want you like that. I want a divorce. This could have been done not even last week, the week before, when she first told you that she had sex 2 months ago. You could have been like, okay, thank you for your services. I'm done. But no, you didn't do that. You dragged this and then brought up something that we thought was over to further victimize you. Sir, respectfully, the door. Bye. You don't want to be in this marriage. Okay. We not gonna miss you. Orion. Peace out. Lauren is hurt and all that stuff. I'm like, Lauren, you're gonna be fine. Experts, producers, just put her with Michael. So, they both got robbed of the situation. They could finish out, even though they're not gonna be together, put them together so they can at least have some good time. They could be good friends and whatnot. That's it. That was the end of the episode, because at this point, I was just so over it, because I'm like, this episode is giving me nothing whatsoever. But here we are, and it ended in one divorce, which I'm like, I ain't mad at it. It just took 2 episodes too long. And with the other couples, I'm just like, when are these marriages gonna end? Because we ready. Just let it be the Beck and Austin show at this point. I mean, we don't know if they're going to make it, but at this point, I feel like they're the only ones who going to make it. Because I was still surprised about the Chris and Nicole thing. That they still together too. So I got to eat those words. Anyway, oh gosh. I got problems. Anyway, so that was the end of the episode. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, look, I can't, look, I try my best. I try my best each and every week in this thing. And sometimes it just be lackluster because the episode be lackluster. But if you did laugh, thank you so much. Subscribe. If you didn't, come back next week. Okay, come back next week. We gonna try again next week, okay? Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.